Visualizing and practicing impermanence. As a practitioner, one should reflect upon the Dharma of impermanence, which teaches that life in this present world is fleeting, and death will come at any moment. The years that have passed will never return. As a practitioner, we must remind ourselves constantly to cherish time and not waste it. With each passing year, month, day, and moment, our lifespan is decreasing, and time slips away unnoticed. We should focus our mind and heart on the practice of impermanence. The lifespan of a human being is so short. In Buddhist sutras, a life is comparable to passing clouds, flowing water, lightning, and morning dew. At times, one can imagine that life is like a flash of lightning in the sky, passing by in an instant. The Buddha also said that seeing the birth and death of living beings is like watching the dance of autumn. Like a white cloud drifting in the vast sky, without any way to change the fate of death, life appears and disappears. Every life form from the day of birth steadily moves towards death. We are all rushing towards death like convicts, serving a suspended sentence, and each day we approach closer to our end. The human body, extremely rare and unique, as in the sutras, often compared to the parable of the blind turtle and wooden plank. This parable is as follows. If the entire 3,000 great thousandfold world were to become a vast and boundless ocean, in this ocean there would be a wooden plank with a hole in it, floating aimlessly, winding and tossing back and forth on the waves, never stopping for an instant. Underneath the vast ocean there's a blind turtle who only comes up to the surface once every 100 years, sticking its head out of the water. The probability of the turtle to surface accidentally with its head poking through the wooden hole is incredibly small. Yet, our chance of attaining a human body is even less than that. Another parable compares the chance of attaining a human body to the chance of throwing beans on a smooth wall and having them stick. Rare and precious is the human body we've now obtained. If we do not use it to cultivate ourselves, then what are we waiting for? Until we lose our human body, and then trying to practice will be too late, as time flows on and cannot be regained. It is often heard that some people say, "What is there to fear about death?" After 20 years, I'll still be a fine fellow. However, from the perspective of Buddhism, this is unlikely because the opportunity to attain a human body is exceedingly rare. Moreover, death is certain. No one in this world can be found who is not subject to death. The revered Buddha has entered nirvana. The saints have all departed from us. The Srivakaya and Pratyekaya Buddhas will also have to separate from their physical bodies. Even the gods in this world cannot escape death. And no matter where you flee, whether to the peaks of mountains or hills, you cannot escape the hands of the Grim Reaper. Since ancient times, countless immortals and emperors have sought ways to achieve longevity. But this is just a beautiful, magnificent dream that no one has found, nor is it possible to find. Some of the longevity methods that we know about can only postpone death and cannot change the law of life. Therefore, we cannot have the illusion of immortality. Kamala Sila teaches that if we are not afraid of death in normal times, we will be able to face it without fear when the time comes. What is more important is that we do not know when the Grim Reaper will arrive, and he will not give us advance notice. When he comes, we can only follow him obediently. Human life is extremely fragile. Living and death are separated only by a breath. Some small mental factors, illnesses, and changes in temperature can also become lethal factors. There are many examples like these in our daily life. In fact, we hear and see death every day, such as traffic accidents on the road, patients in hospitals, and natural disasters, and man-made disasters around the world. However, when we see these things, we always feel that they are far away from us. But who can guarantee that we will not die today? Not realizing this is a sign of dullness. Because we fear death, we remain silent and taboo about it. Isn't this deceiving ourselves? Does not mentioning death mean that the Grim Reaper will not come? Not realizing this is a sign of dullness. Although thinking about these things may make us feel uncomfortable and pitiful, the truly brave people with wisdom are the ones who dare to face and prepare for it. And what can we take with us when death comes? Even the closest family and close friends can't help us. No one can accompany us in the agony and despair. Can we take money and wealth with us? Money can't buy off the Grim Reaper. In this world, the rich and powerful, envied by people, are no different from beggars in front of the Grim Reaper. They can't even take a penny with them. Countless heroes and emperors in history who were arrogant and unrestrained during their lifetime in front of the Grim Reaper were powerless. At this moment, our body we cherish most will leave us. We dress it up, we take care of it every day, providing it with all the beauty and enjoyment. But at that moment, it will also turn away from us. So, what can we take with us when death comes? Only the Buddha Dharma that we cultivate in our daily lives. And who can we rely on? Only the Guru and the three jewels at this time The only ones who can help us are the Buddha and Bodhisattvas. The only thing that is useful are the teachings and realization we practice in our daily lives. However, the time we have for practice is truly too little. Out of the 100 years of our lives, sleep takes up nearly half of it. In the first 10 years, we are ignorant and don't know much. In the last 10 years, we are old and sickly, and our practice can no longer have much effect. In the middle decades, we struggle and compete for survival, illusory fame, and status, without seriously considering the end of our lives and the matter of living and dying. Moreover, there are too many things that require our time, such as work, eating, shopping, socializing, etc. Perhaps we have less than an hour each day to practice, and even in the short time we have, we are lethargic, distracted, and heedless. How long can we truly focus on practice? With such a meager supply of spiritual sustenance, the result is predictable when facing death. Reflecting on these matters, it is crucial for us to contemplate the ultimate benefit for ourselves. Why would a practitioner of esoteric Buddhism choose to cultivate in a charnel ground? It is because, while practicing there, one can contemplate that in the future one will inevitably face the same fate as those corpses in the ground. No one can escape this law. It is merely a matter of sooner or later. As I witness your pitiful demise, I am reminded that in the future others will witness my own pitiful demise as well, for all beings are subject to this condition. Therefore, I advise all of us who are practicing to always contemplate that death will come at any moment. At that time, the only ones who can help us are our Guru, the three jewels, and the Dharma we have cultivated. For the benefit of this life and all future lives, we must cherish our time and practice Dharma sincerely and diligently, without any hypocrisy. If we are insincere in our practice, it will be like false flowers without any fruition. So, as practitioners, when studying Buddhism, remember not to deceive yourself. And as a practitioner, one should stay within one's own limits and responsibilities. Not be greedy, and gradually accumulate merit until our practice is naturally perfect, and we attain the Bodhi fruit. For example, when we make offerings to the Buddha, we should do so with a pure body, speech, and mind. We should not kill, steal, engage in sexual misconduct, use harsh speech, lie, speak divisively, without any greed, anger, or ignorance in mind. If we do so, the Buddha will accept our offerings, and our wisdom will naturally manifest. We must guard our minds and guide them towards the will of analytical meditation that thoroughly purifies mental activity.